Hi guys, this is Pete and this is my point of view on the upcoming game between Manchester United and Aston Villa. Today we're just going to go through some polls that I put online, my thoughts on the game. Then we're going to go through my predicted 11, and then we'll go through some thoughts that you guys had on that predicted 11. I posted it on Twitter. So to start off, we'll go into the two polls that I put on Twitter. The first poll that I put on was, does Garnacho start? There was 49 votes on this poll, and 22% of people said no, and 78% of you guys said yeah. After that performance the other night, I kind of see why you guys wanting to start. If everyone's fit, I don't see him starting. I see him coming off the bench, maybe as an impact player, but we'll have to see on whether everyone is fit or not. Obviously, that news hasn't come out yet. And then the other poll that I put out there was, does Donny start? Obviously, Donny didn't have a great performance in the match against Sociedad, so I just wanted to see what you guys thought. There was 54 votes on this poll. 54% of you guys said yeah, and 46% said no. Obviously, this is a tight one. Obviously, I feel like it's something that's going to split people, but obviously without Fernandes being available, I think that we'll start Donny. So, my thoughts on the game. I think it's going to be a tough game. I think, obviously, with Aston Villa getting Unai Emery in, new manager, might be a bounce. Obviously, that's normally what happens. A manager leaves who's not been getting the best out of the team. New manager comes in, all the players start working harder. I still think even with a bounce that we'll have enough to deal with Villa. They're a little bit toothless up top. I know they've got Watkins and Ings, but I just don't think that they're firing on all cylinders at the minute. Neither are we really with in terms of scoring goals, but hopefully I think we'll have enough to beat them. Their defence isn't the greatest. Konsa and Mings normally the centre back pairing. I don't think that's the greatest centre back pairing, but we'll have to see which forward line we put out and whether we can isolate them too and make them pay for any mistakes that they make. Obviously, midfield I think is going to be key in deciding this game. Obviously, in their midfield, I know they have Douglas Luiz, good defensive midfielder. But I think with our midfield of Casemiro and Eriksen, and most probably Donny van der Beek, I think we'll have too much for them. I think we will control that midfield and have the lion's share of possession. I think they'll try and hit us on the counter, and hopefully our defence will load up to that. I think obviously our defence has been superb lately, so I see us getting a clean sheet hopefully, or only conceding one goal, but I think we will get a clean sheet. I think our defence will be too good for them. So now I'm going to go into my predicted starting 11. In net, I'm going to go for De Gea. He's been superb. Last game I gave him man of the match. I thought he was superb, the double save that he made. I just don't think that we'd change the keeper in such a big game. Then to right back, I'm going to go for Dalot. Again, he had a decent game against Sociedad. Don't think Wan-Bissaka should play in this game. I think Dalot, he gives us a good balance on the right. He's good going forward. He's getting much better defensively, so I think we'll stick with Dalot. Then at right centre back, I'm going to stick with Victor Lindelof, who played against Sociedad. I know Maguire played against West Ham and played well, but I think with Lindelof you can play that slightly higher line. You know, he's composed on the ball, and he gives me more confidence than what Maguire gives us at the minute. So hopefully he's going to start. Then we move to left centre back. It can only be Martinez, was superb the other night again. Running out of superlatives to describe the guy. He's just best centre back in Europe at the moment. For a guy who's 5'9", he's been great in the air. You know, uses the ball really well, passes it out from the back really well, breaks the lines, and I just think that he's been superb and he'll stay in the team. Then at left back, I'd stick with Luke Shaw. I think down the left he gives us much better balance than when Malacia plays. Obviously, Malacia's not been at the club long, and I think he has got a great future at the club, but I think for now we stick with Luke Shaw. Moving into midfield, Casemiro. I don't think we'd start McTominay in this game. I think we'd go for Casemiro. He offers us so much. Great at breaking the play up, good at pressing, you know, great passer of the ball. Like I keep on saying, I'm surprised with how good he is at passing the ball. So for me, Casemiro has to start. Next to him, I'd play Eriksen. Eriksen in the last game was a little bit sloppy. Did look a little bit tired, but I just think he makes us tick in midfield, and I think without him, we kind of suffer a little bit. Then in the number 10 role, I'm going to say Donny van der Beek. Now, there's been some suggestions that people have said that we should push Eriksen further up into 10 and maybe play Fred, but for me, I'd give Donny van der Beek a chance. I know against Sociedad he wasn't great, but there was, like, off the ball he was good. Pressing wise he was good. It was just on the ball he was a little bit invisible. So I'm hoping in this game we're going to see a bit more of what Donny can do. Obviously, if the players start around him that I want to start, I think it'll suit him more than having Ronaldo up top. So I'm hoping, obviously, the players that I want to start do start. So next we'll move on to the right side. For me, I'm hoping Anthony's fit. I think without Anthony, we are really lacking on the right-hand side. So for me, I hope Anthony starts. If Anthony starts, it gives me more confidence about winning the game. Then moving on to the left-hand side, I'm going to go for Rashford. The reason I'm going for Rashford, I think Garnacho superb the other night, but I think he'll also be used as an impact sub if he's going to play this game. And the reason I'm saying Rashford on the left, because through the middle, I want it to be Martial. Obviously, I know we're sweating on his fitness. He might not be fit enough to start. So, obviously, if not, then maybe Ronaldo comes in or Rashford plays through the middle. And that might free up the space for Garnacho on the left. But we're going to have to see. But for me, I would go with Martial if he's fit enough to start. So now I want to go into some tweets that I got from you guys about the starting 11 that I put out. So the first tweet is from Ibd Matthews, and he said, the starting 11 is beautiful, but I don't see Martial starting ahead of CR7 considering he just returned from injury. I see United winning 2-0. At Eric 9 Hag said, look at that front three, fire. I really hope Martial plays on Sunday, but just can't predict it. To be honest, I agree with them all, just not sure if Martial will start. And then next, at Da Liang Sang said, 14, 17 and 18 for me. I think he means in midfield. I think he would start Fred, Casemiro and Eriksen, which it could be a possibility. But I honestly think that Van der Beek will start. I think that's why Van der Beek got the 60 minutes in the game against Sociedad, to get him some match fitness and hopefully for him to start this game as well. I think he's going to play 3 games on the bounce, which is what I want to see from Van der Beek. Want to see him get some regular game time and work on his form. And then at Red Kite 20222 said, looks good to me. There's been a few people that have agreed with me, which is nice to see. And then the next tweet was from at Bleonce LRABOR, and they said, DVB, are you serious? I have seen a lot of Donny van der Beek hate today, obviously on Twitter after the game against Sociedad yesterday. I don't get it. I get he was a bit quiet, but it was his first game in months that he started. Obviously, he had a brief appearance in a couple of games before, but you know, I think he's just starting out and he needs time to get his form. So I'm hoping he does that. So next, at United TO22 said, great prediction, but I don't see Martial and Donny starting. Martial probably with fitness issues. We are probably seeing Sancho, Rashford and Antony front three. I think Fred will start. And then at Mr. Craigmore 1 said, I love the lineup, but I still have question marks over Martial's fitness. Not sure if he'll be fit to start. Villa might have a new manager bounce, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm going for a 2-0 win. That's a couple of you guys said 2-0 now. And then at Lloyd Parnell said, not Donny for fuck's sake. And I just feel there's a lot of negativity towards Donny, but I don't see it. I just think yesterday's game was because it was the first game he's played in quite a long time. Remember that the back end of the last season when he was at Everton, he was injured, and then he came back. He had a pre-season, and then he got injured again. He's not had any like momentum to start and to show what he could do. So hopefully this is where I think a couple of starts on the bounce we might actually get to see whether Donny's good enough for the Premier League or not. And then the last one was from at TheShoeStringBudgetPodcast, and they said Donny van der Beek will start. Tough game with Unai Emery taking over. I think it will be a very close one. 1-0 to United or a 0-0 draw. Lineup is sound. Just not sure if Martial will play. Yeah, like with me putting Marcel in the squad, I feel like it's a bit more wishful thinking from me that I want him to start because I think we play better with him in the squad, but we'll have to see. With the guys from the Shoestring Budget Podcast, I really want to suggest you guys to look at their YouTube. They're putting out some great content. They deserve a lot more views than they're getting. It's really slick. It's a lot more slick than me stood in my kitchen. They've got all the equipment. The views they're putting out there are great. Get over there next time they do a live stream. They're really good at putting out our point of view. I've been in the comments on there a lot. I'm hoping to make an appearance on there at some point. It's just logistically finding time with me having like 1,000 kids. So I really suggest you guys get over there, watch some of the videos, subscribe to their channel. They're putting out great stuff. So yeah. So on the game, I'm hoping that we're going to get quite a convincing win. I think that we will, but we're going to have to see how things go. That's it from me, really. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thanks again for all you guys, getting the comments in there. It's really helping me with the content, and I really appreciate your guys' point of view just as much as I like giving mine. So thanks so much. Cheers. Tune into the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.